from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Gun. Here's Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Pulled in at the 32. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Burrow on play action. He will find his man Chase complete. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. He's got his man. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Bengals. Michael Gallup, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On play action, Prescott. That open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a give right side. Monroe. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
And that's a nice gain by him on 1st down, picking up some key yardage.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They go play action with Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 41 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Touchdown! That's called. A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here's Rodgers to return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. On third down, it's Prescott. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. And that is incomplete.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow.
Throw left side complete to Chase.
And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Again, it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Knight. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC.
And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Barton, is not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Here we go.
They'll run with Mixon. Powers through it. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Again to the fullback on the dive. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now a throw here, hauled in. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Play action. It's Burrow. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And Burrow going to throw again. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead will swell by one more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Prescott looks to throw on first.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll throw again. Prescott.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richards. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Mixon with a first down carry. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations. There'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On first down, Mixon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
101 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they take a knee.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good.
And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
And this is going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Bradley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. From the 45 on 2nd down. Prescott over the middle. Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. After the sack on 1st down, Prescott. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati.